All right. Happy New Year's, everybody. Welcome to 2019. Can you believe that? All right. So I'm going to be doing a Wheel of the Year for all of us. And I actually do these Wheel of the Year readings for other people. And I love people contacting me and letting me know how it went throughout the year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set out all the cards and I'm going to describe them to you. And then we will go from there. All right. And this is something that I do every morning when I do my daily draws is I just, whatever deck I'm using, I just ground myself and then I ask, my spirit guides, what do we all need to know for the day? So I'm just focusing on what do we all need to know for this year. Okay. So this is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And I do this for everybody, and I can obviously get into a lot more details for the specific people. And depending on if you have a half an hour reading, I can get more details for each month. And I'm using the Arthurian Tarot. This is by Caitlin and John Matthews, and I do online studies with them. It's the HalloQuest series, and the next 16-week course is going to come up in March. Okay? All right, so this is January for us. Let's see what we're in for. All right. So we have the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords, I also use my pendulum when I do readings to get more details. Is the Queen of Swords, is this going to be a specific woman that is going to be prominent in January? Yes. Is this the energy of the Queen of Swords? No. Okay. So there's going to be a particularly prominent woman in January for us that she is the defender of the weak and the innocent. She stands up for those that cannot stand up for themselves. And this woman in particular is going to stand up for people that cannot do so. And she is going to either surface, where we're actually going to discover her, or she is going to do something that is going to make some headline news in January. Okay. February, we have the Wounded King. Is the Wounded King concerning everybody that we're going to be so I'm getting that this is a societal thing, but this is going to affect society rather than we're all going to be determining this. The Wounded King, or the Hanged Man in traditional decks, he represents suspending yourself in midair to see all of the options before you. And so what I was getting when I was tapping into this card was that there is going to be a person or a group of people, and I don't know why it feels like it's going to be more like a judiciary court system, something like that, that they're going to be suspending in midair. They're going to see all of the options that is going to be best for all of us. So I don't feel that we all are going to, I mean, we may all be trying to make some decisions in February, but I think that there's going to be something that is going to be determined and maybe even just suspended, that there's something that we are hoping to get some answers for, and it's going to wait. We were maybe expecting it in February and it's not actually going to happen, but that those people are going to have to make some decisions in February. Now in March, we have Sword 6, which is a travel card. Is Sword 6 concerning travel in general for our society? No. Is this... I'm wondering if this is this an airline or a particular travel company that is going to become prominent or be affected? Yes. Okay. Is this going to be a positive thing that's going to happen? No. Ah, great. Is this going to be negative in some way? Yes. Okay. Well, usually the travel cards are, as long as they're upright, they're actually positive. But for some reason, I just kept seeing planes. I kept seeing planes of some sort that I don't know if there's going to be an airline, that there's going to be something that's going to happen, or that maybe they're going to have some type of bad news in some way, or it's going to affect other people. This is going to be in March, and usually I like the travel card, but there's something that's going to be happening concerning one specific company in March. Now April, we have the Sword Hallow, or the Ace of Swords. Now the Ace of Swords is about new beginnings and starting something new, specifically about the mind. Is this concerning academia in some way, some college? Yes, okay. Is this one specific college? No. Is this concerning a new rule or regulation concerning universities? Interesting. Okay. I feel like there's going to be something that's going to come up, that there's going to be a new rule or a new... it's going to be positive. I don't feel any negative energies with this, but it's like it's going to start a new series of events or a new way of looking at things. And this is specifically concerning universities or education in general, that it's going to be a positive change, a positive new beginning in April, which is sort of odd because usually school years start in August, so I'm not quite sure what is going to happen in April concerning the education system. And I really feel like it's more higher education than, you know, like K through 12, so I don't know what exactly is going to happen there. And then May, we have Stone 3, or in traditional decks, it's the 3 of Pentacles. Is Stone 3, is this a new workforce in some way? Yeah, I really feel like there's going to be like a new... is this specifically for the United States? Yes, okay. Because the 3 of Pentacles, or the 3 of Stones, is an apprenticeship card, where it's a new type of workforce or a new learning, a new craft. And I feel that this is specifically United States, but there is going to be some type of new line of work, or a new, it feels like there's maybe a company that is going to start and maybe develop new jobs for people, and this is going to happen in May. That really rings true, that there's going to be some type of corporation that, and I don't feel like it's a brand new corporation. I feel like this corporation's been around for a while, but they're going to maybe increase their workforce, or there's going to be a new division that's going to happen, and this is specifically in May. Okay. Then we have in June the Sword Knight. Is this one specific person that is going to become prominent in June? Yes. Is this, is everybody going to embrace this energy? No. Okay. So this is one person, and I feel that they are going to make headlines, or it's interesting. We have a lot of swords so far this coming year in 2019. So it's going to be a lot of quick changes, and people tend to not like change, but here's a heads up. There's going to be lots of change. But in June, and I really feel like it's going to be a police officer, or some security person, or somebody that's a warrior in some way, because the Sword Knight, he is the defender. I mean, the Sword family are the defenders, and he in particular is going to really stand out in some way, and I don't feel there's going to be anything negative with this man, and he feels very, very young to me, but he is going to do something very positive or save somebody or do something that is going to be really make headlines, and this is going to be in June. Okay. We have a lot of people in this one. So in July, we have the Grail Queen. Is this a specific person that is going to be prominent in July? No. Is this the energy of the Queen of Cauldrons or Grails? Yes. Interesting. Okay. Is this one group of people? Okay. So the Grail family, they are the healers, they are the nurturers, and the Queen of the Grails, she teaches people to love, and she also teaches people their psychic abilities. The Grail, the water element, they're very connected with their psychic abilities, but it's all about love. And so I feel like there's a group of people that is really going to embrace this energy, and this is in July, that they are going to do something very positive for another group of people, or I don't feel like it's just one individual. I think that it's actually, it really feels like there's going to be multiple smaller groups that are going to sort of join together in some way, that it's going to be a really positive union in some way, that it is about, positivity and healing, especially, that is going to happen in July. Okay, then we have August. Dang it! We were going to have all positive cards, I thought. Okay, so is this the energy that people are going to experience in August of this year? Yes, well, okay. Is this concerning the Grail Queen? No. Okay. Well, so this is in August, and so the Grail 5, it represents depression, sadness, and I really feel like there's going to be some type of either a shooting of some sort, or that there's just going to be something that is going to affect all of us on a very emotional level that we are going to have a difficult time with. And this is in August. And I don't know if it's, maybe going to be, and I really hate saying if it's even going to be like a school shooting or something like that, but I really feel like it might be something like that, or something just very detrimental that is going to, and it's, we've been having so many horrible things where we need a win, we need to stop these negative things from happening, but unfortunately I don't think that they are going to completely end yet. And so something in August is going to really affect all of us on a very emotional level. So I guess the most important thing is to really, and I wonder if that's part of why maybe this is going to start joining together. These different groups are going to start joining together. But I don't think they're even going to know about what's going to happen here. But this is going to be this union, or this group, this union of different groups is going to be needed for this detrimental or this very sad event that's going to happen in August. And I think it's just really important for everybody to look at the people around them and really be aware of what everybody is experiencing. And I think I think we're already doing that, quite honestly, but let's do it from a place of groundedness. It's very difficult to see other people's perspective sometimes when we are very much enveloped in our own sadness, but I think everybody's going to be enveloped in this, and so we really just need to work on our grounding. Okay, now in September Is this going to be one group of people in our society? The Sword 10. Is this our society overall? Well, the Sword 10, it can be a death card. Usually it's not a literal death, but let me make sure. Is this going to be a literal death of one person or a group of people in September? Oh, gosh, yes. Because oftentimes it could just be a change or an ending of some sort. Is this just an ending? No. Is this one specific person that's going to die? No. Is this going to be a group of people? Is this going to happen on U.S. soil? Yes. Is this going to be a natural disaster? No. Is this going to be man or human caused? Well, there is going to be some type of a tragedy of some sort. I mean, the Sword 10, it can be about facing karma, facing endings, and new beginnings. But as I said before, sometimes it is one of the death cards in the deck, and it is saying that it is a group of people that is going to cross over. But it's just, we have such a large society that it is sometimes hard to pinpoint what is going to happen and, what can we do to prevent. And, honestly, it's very exhausting with the constant, useless, horrible violence that's in our society. And it's utterly exhausting every day of finding out some things that have happened. And I understand that. But that's also part of why I started that Dark Moon, Dark Goddess group, because it's when you feel completely helpless, at least knowing that you can try and start putting some energy into the universe to try and help stop some of this senseless violence. Everybody is welcome to join that group if you wish. So anyway, so that is September, and then we have October, which is the Spear King. Is this a group of people? Is this one individual person? Okay. So the Spear King, and this is one specific person, is this man going to become prominent in our society or get in the news for something that he did? Yes. The Spear King, he can be a teacher, but he can also be a lawyer. I really feel like there's going to be a lawyer that is going to make some headline news in October. Is this going to be some positive news that he is going to bring about? No. Is this news that he is going to bring about concerning himself only? Yes. Oh, okay. Is this a lawyer? Yes. I mean, is this a teacher? I just need to make sure. Is this a person of any other type of career? Okay, so, I mean, there's going to be one lawyer that I think it's going to be more his own demise, that he is going to hit the headlines for something that maybe he's going to be exposed about, or something that he's been doing negatively, and so that is going to come about in October. Okay, so then we have November. Okay, we got a lot of people in this one. Is this one specific person in November that is going to become prominent? No. Is this the energy of everybody in November? Okay. So the Stone King, he is In traditional decks, it's the Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. He is very grounded. He is very connected to the earth. He is the one to teach people patience, and he's also usually pretty good with money. So for some reason, November seems to be like it's going to be and this is not one specific person. This is everybody's energies overall in November, but it's like people are, and I wonder if these sets of tragedies in, what was it, August, September, October, are really going to trigger people to really start focusing on grounding themselves and becoming connected with the earth, which we desperately need to do that anyway, because we are doing so many horrible things to the earth, and we need to become more aware of our actions and trying to prevent those things. And I'm really getting, this has something, I think, to do with the gas and oil industry, actually. That I don't know if there's going to be something that's going to come about, but I just keep seeing going into the earth. And it's going to be a like a preventative measure, that maybe that people overall are going to finally say enough is enough. Concerning the destruction that's happening to the earth. But I keep seeing, certain people going into the earth, and that there is going to be a shift, that the majority of people are just going to put their foot down and be like, no, this is enough. So this is in November. And then December, oh boy. Nice way to end the year, is this one specific person. Now, is this connected with the Stone King? Yes, okay. So, the Green Knight, in traditional decks, this is the Devil card. And the Devil represents... it's like temptations, sometimes even addictive behaviors, which, looking at addictive behaviors in general, and in December with the holidays, sometimes people have a difficult time facing the holidays, and, people just make merry anyway. But I feel like this challenge, and so the Green Knight in particular, he's a challenger in some ways, that he... makes us question, is this the right move? And I did ask my pendulum, and it is connected with the Stone King in some way. So I don't feel that whatever happens in November is going to be resolved. And so December is going to be the major challenge for us concerning what's going on in November. Okay. And then oh wow, that's a really cool card to have. So the key card, the card that sort of affects the entire year. So, we've had specific people that affects us. The Grail Hermit, is our inner guides. And I think that everybody is really starting to awaken. We need to have an awakening. People need to raise their consciousness, start paying attention to their spirit guides. That's something that I teach in so many of my classes, and all of my classes, quite honestly, of listening to your spirit guides and paying attention to what it is that they're trying to tell you. And I think that people overall, not everybody, unfortunately, but there are a lot of people that are awakening, that are realizing that there is more than just black and white in our society and in the world. And I think that the Hermit in particular, of having that groundedness, listening to our guides so that we know, should I go left or right, or should I do this, take this job or take this job, or, even should I stay in this relationship or not, if it's a toxic relationship. This honestly makes me feel really good about this next year coming up, because we've had some pretty doozies of cards that are the key cards that affect everything. But this is actually a really good card overall, because it's showing that people are really starting to pay attention to their spirit guides and to their spirituality. And I don't care what your spiritual path is, honestly. I mean, I have so many friends in all different paths, and it's a matter of listening to your spirit guides, so that you know which direction to take or which path to take. And ultimately, when you start connecting with spirit rather than just worrying about the material realm, you're going to realize how interconnected we all are. And that is the reason why I do the daily draws, is to show that, no, we're not going to have this same exact experience happen to every single one of us. But that energy of that day is how that is going to affect us. And a lot of people message me privately saying, oh my gosh, that really actually happened to me today. And it's a matter of showing how interconnected we all are. And that's the point of all of this, is showing that we are a conglomerate of souls that are needing to find our way together. And I really feel like we're sort of at a crossroads of what is to come, for humankind. Scientists have been saying this, not just the doom and gloom, but their ideas of doom and gloom is very different from my perspective, that, well, if we don't have a planet to live on, then we're not going to exist anymore. So I think that listening to our spirit guides, connecting with each other on a spiritual level, doing both the inner work as well as working with other people, because we have to have that balance of the personal with the social. Okay, and people tend to either just do one thing or the other when it's actually a balancing act that we need to work on. But I think that, it's interesting, the beginning few months, it looks overall to be a pretty positive thing that's going to happen, which is actually sort of surprising to me because of all the things that are happening in our world right now. But I think that things are going to shift for the better for a while, and then things are really going to start popping up, and we're going to be faced with some major spiritual decisions, not just, is this going to benefit me financially or whatever. I think that we're going to be focused on all different realms of our existence, of our ways of being. And so it's going to be an interesting year. And I try not to get too much into the politics because there's so many layers of deceit. And the more, when people lie to me, I have to see what's actually happening as opposed to the words that they're telling me. And when you're constantly being bombarded with lies, then it's just like trying to figure out all of those things. And I think that that's where the Grail Hermit really comes in. The Grail Hermit is going to really start showing us the truth, the capital T truths, not the little t truths, or even the false. But we need to really do the work, do our spiritual work. And so I think that is pretty much it. Thank you very much for joining me. And if you're wanting to set up an appointment to do a Wheel of the Year reading, just contact me through Facebook or through email or whatever. And have a good rest of your new year. And I hope that it's a really positive thing for you. All right. Blessings to you. All right. Bye-bye.